Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all candidates. I'm Miss Nur Fatima binti Osman and I will be your examiner for your MUET speaking test. So today there are two tasks, which are task A and task B. And task A is individual presentation, which is all candidates are given 2 minutes to prepare your response first, and then you are given 2 minutes to present your views, and then move to task B, group discussion. All candidates are given 2 minutes to prepare for the discussion, and then all of you are given 10 minutes to discuss and conclude your view. And then I will give this paper. Okay, candidate A, candidate B, candidate C, and candidate. Okay, I would like to add some more. Once I bell the ring for the first time, this means you can start with your conclusion. Okay, for the second bell ring, you may stop immediately. Okay, so candidates, are you ready? Okay. So you may start to prepare your point and others. Okay. So you may start now. Okay, candidates, your time is up. Okay, so candidates, are you ready for your individual presentation?
Yes.
So you may start. So you can start now. Candidates A, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so your 2 minutes start.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning to my examiner and my fellow candidates. I am candidate A and my task for today is irresponsible parenting, distribute to help of teenage vandalism and crime. And for this task, I have 3 points, which are parents don't discipline their children, parents are too busy at work, and parents are not good as role models. Okay, for the first point, parents don't discipline their children. I think they will give whatever their children ask for. For example, if their children want a PSP or PS2, they just buy without think twice what the disadvantages and what the effect for that their children will will get. So besides, they think if they too disciplined to their children, they will be labeled as a strict parent. Okay, for the second point, which is parents are too busy at work. I think they are too busy with their work and rushing for meeting, and they don't have enough time for their children. As the result, their children will feel that their parents do not love them as they are too busy at work. Furthermore, parents are also busy dealing with their careers, as that are their responsibility to find money, and their children will feel neglected and unwanted. For example, if their children come back home at night from work, while the children already sleep, and they cannot meet and cannot spend time together. For the third point is parents are not good as role model, for example, if they are come from a broken family, they will think that their parents are not suitable to be a good model, and they will rebel what their parents said or advise. So as the conclusion, I think irresponsible parenting contribute the main act of teenagers, vandalism and crime, in terms of parents don't discipline their children, parents are too busy at work, and parents are not good as role models. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to candidate A. So candidate B, are you ready? So your 2 minutes begin now.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning to my fellow candidates. I am candidate B, and my point is mass media, is especially the internet, contributes the most to acts of teenage vandalism and crime. This is because when a teenager watch a movie, any kind of movie, they tend to imitate any scene in the movie, no matter it is right or wrong. This is because teenagers tend to be influenced more by movies or internet, because they think the scene in a movie will make them seem cool and they are desirable to imitate them. My next point is most mass media contributes negative message to the viewer, especially teenagers, because movies and internet are made for so that they can learn from the goods, but teenager, unfortunately, the message are being understood by the teenagers. They didn't take the negative elements in those kind of movie and internet, and leave the right, and they only take the negative and doesn't learn from the right thing. Next point is, as candidate A said, parents always just buy PSP or PS2 for their children. This will make them exposed to the image of violence, and then their personalities will become more aggressive and violent. And as a conclusion, I think mass media contributes a lot in contributing the acts of teenage vandalism and crime. That's all.
Okay, thank you candidate B. We move to candidate C. So are you ready for your individual presentation? Okay, your 2 minutes start now.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. Okay, I am candidate C, and I think peer pressure contributes of teenage vandalism and crime, as I have 3 points here. The first point is act as a bonding or acceptance, and the second point is to action of certain status, and the last point is a way of dealing with frustration. Okay, for my first point, which means that done as a part of a group of friends or peer, and this vandalism and crime offers the opportunity to teens to prove his or her abilities or bravely to his group, and This means that they want to show their capability, or they want to show to their friends for the acceptances of the friendship. If they don't do like what their friends do, they will not be they won't be friends. And this is also to show the bonding between them. Okay, for the second point, to attain the certain status, which is gaining recognition from group members. This means that to show they want to show they can be a hero or heroine. They also want to be praised with their capability and ability of doing the things. And the other one is group, to show they can be group leader. And the last one is a way of dealing with frustration. It show of their behavior are not good. It's like they use this kind of way to let out their frustration towards something that they don't like with their friends. So friends influence a lot with can contribute to teenage vandalism and crime. As a conclusion, acts as a bonding or acceptance and to attain the certain status and a way of dealing with frustration is are the point that peer pressure.
Okay, thank you, candidate C. So, candidate D, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so you 2 minutes begin now.
Assalamualaikum, very good morning to my examiner. Okay, I am candidate D. Okay, my question is anger against society contributes to acts of teenage vandalism and crime. Okay, I have 3 points. My first point is teenagers feel wronged by a institution. Second point is take out their anger by defacing the property. And my third point is anger draws them to commit criminals crime. Okay, for my first point, the teenagers feel wronged by institution is the institution treat them as a useless person. You know, the society right nowadays like to treat people by judging them, right? And next is some of responsible person didn't do their works properly. Okay, as a responsible person in a institution, you have to get the teenagers right to talk. They have the right to talk. So if they fail to do that, so the teenagers will out of control. My second point is take out their anger by destroying this public property. Okay, as you know, our public phone, they've been destroyed, right? Vandalism everywhere. So it means that all of the anger and frustration, they put all the frustration towards the public property. So it's not a very healthy situation. Okay, and for the third point is anger also draw them to criminal cases. As you know, the recent news about the criminal cases that happen between the class representative and their friends in the classroom. They fighting. This is because the vandalism are very out of control right now. So we have to ban it before it go out of sight. And my conclusion is that anger against society contributes to acts of teenagers, vandalism and crime.
So, thanks to all candidates for your individual presentation. So now, candidates, we will move to task B, group discussion. Okay, all of you are given 2 minutes to prepare for your preparation, and you all given 10 minutes to present to discuss all of the point, and then after the end of the discussion, you have to come up with your conclusion. Okay, so the rule is still the same. Okay, so candidate, are you ready?
Yes.
So your 2 minutes preparation begins now. time has now, so you may discuss all of the points now.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning. From my point of view, I think peer pressure is the main who contribute the most to act of teenage vandalism and crime, because as far as you know, teenagers nowadays spend almost of their 24 hours with their friends, and furthermore, I think they are so easy to influence with their friends, as what candidates C said before. Peer brings a lot of influence to them.
I agree with you as I stand with my point. This is because nowadays teenagers, they will prefer to be with their friends more than family. If they face any problem, they will find their friends before their family. Most of the teenagers nowadays, as like you said just now, they spend almost 24 hours with their friends, right? That is true because in my opinion, as for them, friend is everything. Friend is everything. So I think my point is the main peer pressure is the main why this teenage vandalism and crime contribute can be contributed.
Okay, sorry to interrupt, but I disagree with candidate A and candidate C, because as my point, I will agree with candidate B, because mass media nowadays like to produce a movie or a television story about an inappropriate movie, because you know that nowadays like to have a gangsterism movies, vandalism movies, and all of the out of control movies. They're very bad influence for them. So in my opinion, the mass media is the one that contributes to the teenagers vandalism and crimes, because you know that the recent news that happened between the, as I said just now, the class representative and their student, they are fighting, and they are quote the words from the movie itself, from the Juvana movie. I heard about that. They quote that, and then they apply the fighting skill in their real life. So it's a very bad situation right now.
Okay, I do agree with you, candidate D, but I think that's not the main reason why media mass contribute teenage to vandalism and crime.
Yes, I agree with you, candidate A. As for me, in my opinion, teenagers nowadays they are more socialized with their friends, not with mass media. They don't have time to watch. Not all of the teenagers have time to watch movie, to what I call to spend the money of buy the smartphone or tablet or something kind of that. So that they are influenced by their friends themselves by following what their friends have been done before. For like you said just now, fighting and sort of like that, they can influenced by their friend. Maybe their friend show the way, oh, we can do like this, we can do like that. So it is more influenced by with friends.
As for me, I think parents contribute the most in the acts of teenage vandalism and crime, because for me, parents are the one who can control their children, especially teenagers, because if the parents say no, their children won't do anything unless they get the permission from parenting. So I think parents should know how to be more strict and control them properly.
Yes, I do agree with candidate.
Sorry if I interrupt her. Okay, in my opinion, okay, teenagers nowadays are kind of persons that they don't want to listen to their parents. They have the intention of listen to their friends and their instincts more. If as for me, if the more their parents like
avoid ask them to not to do something, the more that they want to do that kind of thing. Plus, I think parents nowadays are too busy with their career and do not have time to take care of their children, to know, to find out who their children friends with.
But candidate C and candidate A, you have to know that friends have the influence to influence the person, the teenagers itself. But the family bond between the children and the parents cannot be spread. This means that the nature itself between a father, mother and their son or daughter is a nature feeling that they can from the early stage of newborn baby to their teenagers life, means that if the parents fail in the first step in the newborn baby, the first step they fail to parenting their children, means that when they become teenagers they will be out of control.
Okay, what about if they are come from a broken family where their parents doesn't care at all about them? They grown up as a independent person. Yes, can I add some question more? Okay, like what candidate A said just now, if their parents are too busy, okay, what if, okay, it is true that their parents that their parents have grown that give a birth for their child, but if since they are small, the parents are busy, how to take good care, how to control their children.
Yes, in my opinion, that is why candidate D said the learning progress has to be start when they are still young, because when they practice the rules of not going out after this or the parents make a time, their children can only go out from this time to this time, so their children will eventually follow the rules, and for the long time they will get used to the rules, so there will be no problems when they are older.
Okay,
Yes.
so from that her point of view, she wants to state that no matter the parents is busy or what, but they will always take care of their children.
Yes, I agree with candidate A and candidate B. Parents, even though they are busy, but they have to find a time, maybe in the weekend, to be with their children, their loved ones, because it's very important to them to raising their children carefully and with a lot of love, because this is very important. We don't want any bad influence or any vandalism or gangsterism action that will be in the in their children.
So as for that, I agree with all the candidates' point. So as the conclusion, I think we all agree that irresponsible parenting contribute the main the act of teenage vandalism and crimes.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks to all candidates. Okay, good job, you have done the MUET speaking test. So we have finished our session now. So we made it. Thank you.